This is the Croatia section of our Croatia road trip. We'll be going on the Istrian Peninsula, mainly staying at Rovinj, but also visiting a few places on the way to Plitvice.
But first we're going to have a few days in Italy at a place called Grado, which is on the way to Croatia in a roundabout way. The scenery along this section of road is stunning. We opted for the motorway, which is a toll road. The toll roads in Italy are pay as you go. Take a ticket and pay at the exit you come off at. The site warden at our last stop warned us not to take the mountain road through Italy towards Grado.
Our first Italian toll ticket booth. Very scenic, and a little man directing you. Just pulled up for a bit of lunch in a little truck stop. But the scenery is fabulous. I'm going to do a big no-no now and film into the sun. But hopefully you can see the hills behind us. This is the other end of the toll road in Italy. Take a ticket when you enter and then put your ticket in at the end and pay. We think it's going to be about €9.
The final drive into Grado is along a causeway road, as Grado is an island. Set your sat-nav to get to the air, or Area di Sosta as they are known in Italy, as it's a bit tricky to find.
This is the far end of Grado, or about as far as we've come on bikes. Don't seem to be able to get any further. We're about half a mile back down that road. Saw a nice campsite on the way. I'll put the name of it if I spot it. So this was our stop last night in Grado in Italy. It's a little park up at a car park on the side of the beach. It is legal, it's €4 a night. There's no services, but there is an official a little bit further down the road. But that's €16 a night, which we thought was a bit pricey. We have got plenty of stuff on board, so we didn't really need it. It was packed yesterday with day visitors because it was Sunday, but today, or last night, it emptied out. So, as you can see, there's probably half a dozen vans that way. And then if I scan round, there's probably another 5 or 6 that way. Really quiet night, lovely beach, plenty of bars and restaurants in the town, and Grado is a beautiful little town. Fairly reasonable price wise. We opted for a bit of pizza at a little cafe place, and it was really cheap. We didn't bother going for a restaurant. And you do get a form of tapas in the bars, which was nice. Yeah, keep watching. We're having a day cycling around this area today, so see you soon. So that's in the direction of the beach. Where those trees are, that's the beach. The sea doesn't get very deep. It's sort of shin deep, for about a quarter of a mile out, but it was really pleasant. We had a great day on the beach yesterday, which I say was Sunday, so it was quite busy, but we're imagining today, after we've had a bike ride, we'll go down on the beach again. On our way to Croatia now, hugging the coast via a combination of motorways and smaller roads. Roads are very quiet and tolls here are pay as you go like Italy. We've only just decided where we're heading. We are wanting to be in one place for at least a week, so we've decided on camping Polari in Rovinj as the reviews are so good. This is camping Polari at Rovinj, and this is our pitch. Standard pitch, €23 with Axi. Good size.
I don't think anyone's going to think no, just fasten it round.
This is Rovinj, the local town. We've just come in on bikes to have a mosey round. Looks really nice. Not massive, but big enough. It was about 5 kilometres in on the bikes. Fairly easy path. Home for the last 4 days and will be for the next 3. We've decided to not bother going to Kirk Island, and we're going to have a good 7 days here at Rovinj. It's an absolutely beautiful campsite, very relaxing, and I think we needed a bit of chill out time, so yeah, we're spending a week here. We'll show you some film around the site in due course. This is the entry into the camping Polari at Rovinj. What happens is you park in this car park with your motorhome or caravan or tent or whatever you have. Then you go into reception over there, They give you a map and a list of all the available pitches, and you go round and find yourself a pitch, come back, book it, then get in your van and head over there through the gates and park up. This is a map of the site. I'll just show you where our pitch is. We are about there. You'll see that's quite near the sea. That's another view of the reception area. There's a coffee shop over there. A couple of cash points. We drew €500 out and it was a £5 charge, so I was quite pleased with that. And then scanning round. This is the way into the camp. It's a bit like, I'm guessing, a centre park is. Everyone's going round on bikes. Well, you know, once vehicles get to their spot, then they stay there and everyone seems to go around walking or biking. Cleaners going round constantly, keeping the facilities clean. Been here 5 days. Absolutely no reason to complain about anything. It's been fabulous. So sad to leave Camp in Polari at Rovinj. Met a couple of new friends here, Danita and Pete. Hello if you're watching. On our way now to Plitvice Lakes for a few days. Stopping off today at Hum, allegedly the world's smallest town. We'll probably get to our campsite late afternoon. We've just pulled up at Hum. We're just going to have a coffee and a sandwich, and then we're going to go and have a look at the place. If you're ever going to come here, come in from the north, from a place called Rock. It was quite a hairy journey up here, but the other roads are even worse, so make sure you come in from the north, as I say, via Rock. Left Hum around lunchtime and now heading to our campsite at Plitvice Lakes. Quite a bit of traffic around Rijeka, but the coastal road after there towards Scenic was stunning. The light wasn't great, so the film doesn't really do it justice. You'll see from the map that there was a stretch of the route that was very mountainous with lots of hairpins. There wasn't really any alternatives to this, so we had to take that route. Wasn't too bad in the end. Arrived at the campsite around 5 PM. Took us a while getting in as there were about 20 Greek bikers booking in the campsite before us. Here we are at Plitvice Lakes. Forecast ain't great for today, but I think we'll be alright. I think we'll stay dry. Plitvice Lakes is the oldest and largest national park in Croatia. It is also a UNESCO World Heritage Site. The national park is mainly forest, and the lakes are actually only 1% of the park area. The lakes are split into two distinct areas, the upper and lower lakes. Depending on your level of fitness, you may want to just tackle one of the areas.
We did the upper and lower lakes and we were absolutely shattered by the end of the day. There are 7 different routes around the lakes and 4 hiking trails. The park is open all year round, and if you happen to visit after the 1st of October, the entrance price comes down significantly. However, be warned, we came in early October and the weather is unpredictable and quite overcast. Not great for filming or photography. We booked in advance, but lots of people were just rocking up and visiting on the day. The advantage of booking on the day is being able to check the weather first. Also, our whole trip was governed by the booking we'd made to visit the park on a certain day. We would have actually liked to have stayed on the coast a bit longer, but had to leave because we'd booked the lakes for a certain day. In my opinion, 1 day at the lakes is sufficient. There are some caves to visit, but there isn't an awful lot more to do in this area. Others may say differently. We decided to just have 2 nights. As you can imagine, this is quite a touristy area, hence the campsite prices are quite expensive. We stayed at the Plitvice Lakes Resort, about 3 miles away from the lakes. There is a tourist bus that runs from the campsite each morning, which is cash only, €3 each way. That's our time at Plitvice Lakes over now, and we're driving to Ljubljana in Slovenia. It pretty much rained all the way, which was a bit of a pain. You'll see from the map that the quickest route was via Zagreb. Shame we didn't have time for a stop there, as I've heard it's a lovely city.
This is our stopover at Ljubljana. It's the park and ride in the west of the city. It's called Scenic. It's €10 a night and it includes electricity. You can see the services behind me. Someone's just going into them. There's everything there. You get electricity is included, unlimited. So €10 a night is really good value. I'll just scan round and show you a bit of it. Walking distance, there's an Aldi and a couple of other sort of hardware type shops, which is really good. That's the electrical hookup. You just plug in and it works. You don't need any codes or anything like that. That's the park and ride over there. You might be able to see that. You need the number 1, which goes into the centre. It's €1.30 each way per person, which is really good value and drops you right in the middle of it. It's fantastic. And then if you can see them over there, probably can't, just behind that tree, the white buildings, that's where Aldi is. The buses pretty much run about every 5 or 10 minutes. Starts off empty, but as you go through the town it fills up really quickly, but great service. Ljubljana is beautiful.
Few shops of Ljubljana. Yes, it's pronounced Ljubljana, not as I was previously wrongly pronouncing it as Ljubljana. The bus dropped us right in the middle of the city. It's very lively with tourists, and unfortunately again the weather was a bit lousy, very overcast and continual showers. There are some great shops, bars and cafes to wander around, as well as a little craft market and a super fruit and veg market. The highlight for us though was a visit to the castle. It has various museums within it, one being a puppet museum, which was very interesting. There is also a terrific 3D animated film telling the story of Ljubljana's history through the ages. It's a compact little city that we would definitely visit again if we were in the area. Left the air at Ljubljana fairly early so we could get to our next stop, Lake Bled, before lunch. It's actually only about an hour's journey along very scenic roads. We're staying at Camp in Bled at the far end of the lake. It's pricey but a lovely sight. We're actually here early October and it's cost us about €34 a night, including the tourist tax, which for somewhere so popular I didn't think was too bad. We're having 3 nights here. I think it costs a lot more in the summer, so beware.
An hour and a half to get up here via the highest peak in the area. We think this is it because there's a bench and it does look like a pretty good viewpoint. However, it's not looking over the lake, which we thought it would. That wasn't the right viewpoint, as you can now see. 300 yards more and we've found the right viewpoint.
Well folks, I think that's a wrap on this video. I hope you've enjoyed watching it as much as we've enjoyed travelling it. It's only been a short trip, this one, at just 5 weeks, and we've only got enough footage to make 2 episodes. The weather hasn't been the best, but we've seen some beautiful places, had some great laughs and met a few new friends along the way. Give us a like if you've enjoyed this episode of our late 2024 road trip, and if you haven't already done so, please subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching, and bye for now.